HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, and this virus attacks the immune system, weakening the body's defenses. When left untreated, it leads to AIDS, that stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Virus, the advanced stage of the infection.
HIV specifically attacks the white blood cells, which means people with HIV are more vulnerable to illnesses like infections, tuberculosis, and certain types of cancers.
Living with HIV can mean living with constant stigma. Many people face discrimination from the community, even from the healthcare providers itself, and this makes it hard for some of them to connect with others, leading to isolation.
HIV-related stigma is the negative judgmental attitude the community has towards people living with HIV. Traditionally, stigma is divided into 4 subtypes. First one is enacted stigma, where the direct discrimination someone feels from their community. Second, internalized stigma, where someone starts to believe the negative attitude the community has directed towards them. Third is the anticipated stigma, where someone might start to fear that their community might treat them poorly. And finally, perceived stigma, how someone believes their community might treat them.
These forms of stigma often overlap, creating a harmful cycle. Combating stigma requires us to stop it at each point in this cycle.
Let's break down type of stigma even further. First, we have social stigma, negative beliefs that can lead to isolation. And then we also have self-stigma, where people internalize these harmful beliefs, which can impact their self-esteem and also their mental health.
Next, institutional stigma is where people face discrimination in settings like healthcare and workplaces, where it limits their access to essential services.
Hey! Hi, remember about the ration you told me about? Have you got checked? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've already checked. Sir, I'm actually kind of scared to tell you guys, but I'm diagnosed with Oh, really? What happened?
The impact of stigma is massive. This can lead to mental health struggles, social isolation, and even reduced access to care. So many of people with HIV delay their treatment because they fear the judgment, and these can increase their viral load and harm their health.
Stigma also leads to financial instability and strange relationships, affecting almost every part of a person's life.
Why do we have to combat HIV stigma? Because stigma creates so much fear. When people living with HIV feels judged, they may hide their status and avoid seeking treatment.
Imagine being isolated and fear of rejection even from those closest to you. This affects their mental well-being, support systems, and even their willingness to take life-saving treatment. HIV is transmitted through specific bodily fluid, like blood, breast milk, genital secretions, and from mother to child during pregnancy. Unsafe injections and also unsterile tools for cutting or piercing are also high risk. But please remember that HIV has specific transmission routes.
Now let's bust some myths. HIV is not transmitted through everyday contacts, like for example, sharing the same utensils, shaking hands, sweat, tears, saliva, or even hugging. See, it's totally safe. Even mosquitoes won't infect HIV, or even sneezing won't infect HIV. Totally safe.
In fact, back in 1991, Princess Diana shook hands with an HIV patient at a time where people feared they could catch it from touch. And her actions were groundbreaking and showed they're stopping the fear.
Back to the camera. But a male nurse on the ward, Shane Snape, who is 28 and is himself HIV infected, spoke out to her about the myths surrounding AIDS.
Well, I think the princess actually helped get that message across by the mere fact that she wasn't wearing gloves and the mere fact that she shook hands with the patients and myself.
Looking for more information? Check out trusted sites like the World Health Organizations or HIV.gov for more information, resources, and support.
Your voice matters.
Stand up and speak up.
Help us to create a world free from HIV stigma.
Thank
you for watching!
human immunodeficiency virus. This virus attacks the immune system.
Oke, coba ya. Take one. Take one masuk.
Many people find
Discrimination. Aku juga nggak begitu. Mulai dulu gak nih?
community has towards people living with HIV. Traditionally, stigma is divided into
Healthcare and workplaces where it limits their access to healthcare.
Kenapa healthcare?
Stigma because stigma creates so much fear. When people living with HIV feel
Pasti lupa dibagi. Imagine feeling isolated and
Baru mulai. Imagine feeling.
but please remember that HIV is lupa aku. HIV
is not transmitted from everyday contact, like for example, hugging.
belum di hugging.